Hi, and thanks for tuning in to the CBA Podcast, a place where we chat about our own recent achievements in the area of electronics, software and mechanical engineering, and more likely than not, give excuses for not having done anything at all. This exciting episode we'll be talking about welding, angle grinders, a kettle alarm, equipment that can catch fire, and a resistive test load. I saw some pro welding today. Maybe you know anything about that? Or you want to talk about that?
Yeah, basically, all day went by in the garage, just cutting some old profiles and, cutting it to fit the project and welding it all together. It's gonna be a garage table, nothing fancy. Just using the whatever scrap there was lying over there. And,
but there was a table that you showed, right? The grey table. Yeah, that was super. That looked super nice, like store quality.
Yeah, there was actually a couple of techniques to try out in there. So I'm, tried two different concepts of building a frame to I like English wording here, but you can fabric some frame, and this is like a base for most of welding projects. So I have two techniques with 45 degrees angles cut, and this welded together. And there's the other idea that you have to cut a lot of detail into cutting edges, so it's more or less. You can combine it together at 90 degrees and it more or less fits. But yeah, so all the learning went fine. So
okay, so what you have there is basically 90-degree angle profiles, and you cut that in 45-degree angles. Is that right? And then you can weld it together. Yeah, that's what I would do as well. That sounds good, and that works.
Yeah, it works okay. So, I made myself some 45 degrees angle pattern, so I can easily cut 45 degrees angles from now on. Just
like a jig, right?
Yeah, like a jig, but not a cutting jig, but marking jig. So
right.
Yeah, I still cut everything with angle grinder. So.
I talked about the angle grinder last time, but I never use one either. I would do that with a metal saw, hand saw. So
it just takes a lot of time to cut everything by hand. A lot of effort.
Angle grinder. Okay. Yeah. Or what I sometimes do is a Dremel, but that takes a long time. That's not for that kind of stuff. So a good tip. Maybe I get one day.
Yeah, you should have one, and I don't have one personally, but at work we have a battery-powered angle grinder. So this is this sheet. You can take it everywhere, and this is something cool to have. And also, with cutting some materials, it's good to have adjustable speed for the angle grinder. So like when you're cutting some stone or something like this, it's good to have low revolutions.
Yeah, because of the heat or something like that.
Heat, and also how the cutting torch is built. It's basically some metal sheet with small rolls cut in it.
Okay, I never even looked at such a thing in detail. Yeah, well, if it's a battery operated thing, that's nice. Maybe I get one. Maybe that's a good tip, because I have some big stuff. Well, I have some big stuff that needs to be thrown away into the bin, and it doesn't even fit in the bin. It's like 2 meters long, so that would be nice to cut that stuff up. It's just metal or aluminium or something like that. It would perhaps be nice. Okay. And the thing that you made, the table, can you lift that? Is it really solid? Can you take it up and lift it up?
Yeah, I can take it up myself without any problem. It's gonna get a bit heavier when the wooden plates are fit into it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know when this happened because this is not as of yet. This is not in the garage that it's going to be installed in. It's for someone else's garage.
Oh, it's not for you, that thing.
Sorry?
Is it? Are you going to use that thing as a workbench or so, or what did you say?
No. This is for my sister's garage. So.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah. So
transport it there and maybe tomorrow, and cut some worktops and install.
And how long did it take you to weld that?
It's again hard to say because I spent whole day in there, but also yesterday I was there for 2 hours. But it's not like I'm rushing the clock, It's more like a fun and learning stuff, trying out a few things.
Okay. Yeah, that's super nice.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, looks.
Took some work, and I'm actually also very satisfied with it.
Yeah, and also I think he spray painted it or something like that, or coated it, and it was very grey.
It's regular paint, cheap paint with just painted with brush. Nothing special there.
Okay. And we talked yesterday. One of the previous times about I don't know what to call it, the slack, like the bubbles. If you weld two sheets together,
yes.
But you don't have that with the MIG welder, you said, or TIG welder. So is that? Do you have to grind it down with the angle grinder, or is it just perfect after you weld it?
No, it's I don't know. I think I gave you some picture of how a weld looks like actually after MIG. So most of the times you don't have to grind it. I only grind stuff when if I weld something and I expect the surface to meet another surface. Yeah. So you have to grind it out.
Yeah, maybe for the tabletop to fit in there. But anyway, wood is probably soft enough so you can bang it a few times, then it'll fit anyway. Maybe.
I don't know. I think it would be hard to fit something with a hammer. It's probably less of a hassle if you grind it up. It takes a couple of seconds, and it's okay.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe aqua brick.
Yeah, or this. It's the ultimate tool.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so angle grinder, that would be maybe because I see you making all cool stuff with a welder, but I think the first thing I would get here probably is an angle grinder. I thought about that a few times, but yeah.
Well,
I don't know
Poland,
why.
I think everybody has one in their garage.
Really?
It's like it's like the first tool to have. Maybe the drill will be first, and this is the second one.
Okay.
I also regarding the trash bin and stuff that doesn't fit. Here in my city we have 2 spots where you can carry your heavy trash stuff. So like you don't have to trash everything into the bin. You can put it in something in your car and leave the big trash somewhere for free.
Yeah, side of the street. Or,
no.
We have the same stuff, I think. So, I mean, like every village or every city has something like that, like a dump. You have places for metal and places for plastic and places for organic stuff and so on. It's really nice because you can... Actually, over here you have to pay for most of the stuff. So if you bring, you ride your car in and then they check or they ask how much stuff do you have. Okay, I have so many bags full of metal and in the trunk metal and this and this and this. And then they say, okay, that's so many euros. I think like between 5 and 10 euros or something like that. And then you can.
Yeah, we have something like this also, but I actually meant something else because say you have an old bed to throw out and nobody will pay you for old bed because it's just like what? Just a few springs, some foam.
Yeah, piece of shit.
Piece of shit. No value in this kind of trash.
Okay, so you can just put it or there's a place for that to put that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty nice. Actually, over here I have to. That's if you have. Well, this is this is not very interesting. But if you have a bed, I think it would be pretty difficult, at least for me, because I cannot fit it in the car, and then I have to pay to get rid of it and so on. So.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yep. Good stuff.
So okay. So what about you? You made anything cool?
No. I never make anything.
Yeah.
So that was it then. Next episode.
Yeah.
No, but I did 2 things. No, I did 1.5 thing. One was we have a new kettle for boiling the water. Except there's no. This is not an interesting story, by the way. But there's no fuse inside the kettle. No normal fuse, and also no. At least not that I can see, and no thermal fuse. So in the manual it has, you have to take it out of the wall socket if you don't use it. Okay, so this is the lamest solution ever to warn you that the thing is still in the wall socket. So I made a 230 volt fan control. It's like a wall wart where you plug your fan into, and then you have a pot meter with a switch, and then you can turn the fan on and so on, and turn it, harder and softer, or faster and slower. And I made these things. So I had some PCBs, some broken PCBs or old PCBs that were not, not good. So I took one of these and then hacked it around a bit. So desoldered all the stuff that was not needed and added a LED and a speaker, and there was already a microcontroller in there, so some software in there. So whenever you plug it into the wall, it flashes the LED, and it's a blue LED, and also
it's blue.
Blue
nice.
is cool. Blue is cool.
Very modern.
Yeah. And also it beeps every 10 seconds. It beeps. So that's super lame. Except what we have now here is a switch, and behind the wall. The wall socket, and in the wall socket is a switch basically, and if you flip the switch, then 5 sockets become powered, and there are 4 kettles or things that produce heat in that, and one of the thing is not producing heat, but that's my beeper. So whenever you flip the switch, the heat giving equipment is powered, plus the beeper beeps. So if you leave the heat giving equipment on, the beeper beeps. So
the kettle doesn't have any switch off, right?
You can switch it off, but it's I'm not too happy to put.
It doesn't have any thermal control or something like this. Where the water is boiling.
No. It has that. It has thermal control. It's all a little bit silly. Actually, it has an on switch. It has an off switch, and it turns off automatically if the water gets. If the water boils. But, I'm not too happy.
So what's the problem?
What's the problem? I'm not too happy about putting stuff from extremely cheap stuff that can, give off 2,000 watts or more if it's not reliable stuff. So I'm not really too happy about that, to have that plugged in all the time. So at night, if something happens and the house burns down or something like that, so I would like.
Yeah, but the switch is mechanical. It's actually 2 metals. It's B metal switch.
That's true. That's true.
This kind of.
Yeah, but I'm.
So it's.
I'm a bit of a wussy, so like a extra switch. Also the heat.
Okay.
This is not very interesting, but we talked about a hot air gun. So we have some hot air gun. Like a hot air gun, but it's how many watts would it be? Probably 1,000 watts or something like that, probably more. So I'm not too happy about leaving that plugged in all the time, so I don't trust it, so I plug all the heat stuff disconnected. So that's it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So what about your washing machine? You also disconnect
Yeah, that's
this?
a good question. No, because I trust the washing machine.
That's not I also trust mine.
It's not a real problem. The problem only exists in my head. But I sleep better when I have a switch between some stuff and the wall. So so that's why. That's all.
No, but this is actually silly. But I also make this because I also unplug my soldering station every time I leave.
Yeah.
I never have it plugged into the socket. And I leave my washing machine plugged in all the time. And actually, the soldering station has a mechanical switch off. and the washing machine has microcontroller built in.
Yeah.
So
So there's a bug in there. And,
yeah, this is actually the device that could power up itself, and I leave it all the time. And
doesn't make sense.
Who cares? Yeah.
Oh well.
There's very little to burn around the washing machine because I have mine in the bathroom.
You have the what now? A washing machine?
Washing machine in the bathroom.
Really?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
And that's not much to burn down? How about yourself or something like that?
Yeah, myself, but the fire has to, go.
Not.
Has to travel some route from the washing machine to myself.
Okay.
And there's just tiles basically around.
Okay. So that's we used to have some. Well, we still have that in the where I sit to do my work. Have the smoke detector. Pretty happy about that, and it actually works. And we have some more smoke detectors in the house, so that should be okay. There's also one in the kitchen, but we disconnected that because every time we are cooking, then the smoke detector goes off, so I have to climb on the chair and take that down and take out the battery.
Oh.
And that sucks. So battery is just.
This depends on your cooking skills.
Yeah, but so it goes off every time we cook, so you can. I think you know about the cooking skills. Yep. But anyway, yeah. So that's what I did, and also I did just now. It was that thing was pretty lame. What we talked about just now, but this is maybe even lamer. That's I got a PC case, right? Small square PC case, and what I want to do is make 8 PCBs. With a few resistors on each PCB, so each PCB can dissipate 20 watts, because there are 8 330 ohms resistors in series, so at 230 volts that's about 20 watts. So what I want to do is just put 8 in there and have one of the boards always connected to 230 volts, and the other ones 7 I want to put behind 3 switches, so like 3 bits, right? So the least significant bit switches on one board, and the next bit switches on 2 boards, and the third switches on 4 boards. So you can select between 1 times 20 watt and 8 times 20 watt is 160 watts. It's really super simple. So for example, if you want to test a device that provides 230 volts, if the PCB tracks can handle it, or if the fuse can handle it, or if the switch can handle it, or if you see, if the relay can handle it. So I want to be able to have 1 or 2 or 3 of these boxes with 160 watt each, and then connect them all in parallel, so you can at least try up to 560, 480 watts. So that's what I want to do, and it has a fan in it already. So what I did today was make the PCB. Draw the PCB. It's just a board, very small board with 8 resistors on it. Each resistor is 5 watts, and it will be dissipating about 1.5 or 2 watts or something like that. 2, more than 2, of course, but let's say 2 watts. And
you are planning to leave this plugged into the wall socket?
No. No, but it's just a box with a main switch. You can turn it on and off. It's not like I'm burning. It's not like I have too much money here and I have to burn off the money by using the. It's not like that. No, but to test shit, right? It's just a test box, because I don't have such a thing for. I have such a thing for DC voltages, like an electronic load, but not for AC. And I don't need all the fancy stuff, like constant current.
Just buy yourself some electric grill.
Yeah, something like that. I thought about that to get some, some kettles or something like that, some heating elements, and just dump them in a bucket of water, and then that's what 800 watts or 1000 watts per heating element. So that would work as well. But then you can choose between 1000 or nothing. So I want to have a little bit more resolution, so to say. So
flexibility.
Yeah. So that was all for now. For more information, links and previous episodes, visit podcast.cba.si. Stay tuned, thanks for listening, and goodbye. But I have some girly cocktail wine thing here. It's not beer, it's not wine, it's something in between. It's like lemonade with alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's for the real cool guys drink that.
Yeah, good choice.
Yeah, and actually it's...
Hey, shave your pussy later on,